Hello children, welcome to our 8th social class. Children, we are in the topic that introduction to sociology. As a part of a sociology, I told you that why human being is called as a social being and what is the relationship with human being and to the society, and in return what society has contributed to the development or the personality of a human being. Then in that part of a lesson we learned nature of a sociology, right children? Then the relation with sociology with other part of a social science like history, political science, sociology, economics. These are the relationship we learned, and we also learned the how the origin of a sociology has been originated, right? Now, very small part of the lesson I told you that remaining part of the lesson is that one early sociologists, what they have contributed to the development for the study of a sociology. In that I told that first one is early in the sense first in the beginning of a sociology who were contributed for the development of a sociology. In that first one stand by Auguste Comte. He was considered as a father of a sociology. Is it clear children? Auguste Comte was considered as a father of a sociology, and he was a French philosopher, and he was strongly supported by Herbert Spencer, Emile Durkheim, Max Weber. These are the other sociologists who supported the thoughts or the idea of Auguste Comte, who has given for a sociology. Example you take, when we referred as a political science, we have seen Socrates, right? After the Socrates, this one Plato, right? Then other one Plato. These are the person one who followed the ideas of a Socrates, and along with their ideas they even added their own ideas to the development for the topic, so that the topic called political science has been developed. Aristotle, right? So later on the entire final ideas developed and written by Aristotle, then so that he was considered as a father of a political science. Like that, here Auguste Comte, he has observed the changes, development, and he again felt that again few more changes has to be required for the development of a society or the study of a sociology. So considering all this together, he was considered as a father of a sociology. Clear? And whatever idea that he was presented for the development of a sociology was supported by other sociologists like Herbert Spencer, Emile Durkheim, Max Weber. These are the other sociologists, one who supported the ideas of Auguste Comte. Okay, it's like an example in the sense, suppose you want to organize one school day event. Clear children? The example I am giving. You want to organize a school day event. Along with you, if suppose your friends gave you idea, or if they accepted your idea regarding the function, then they become your supporter, right? So here in the same way, whatever thoughts idea was given by the Auguste Comte was supported by other sociologists, so that the thoughts of Auguste Comte has become stronger. Okay, then the contribution of Auguste Comte are positive philosophy, which was in 1839. Then positive polity, it was a book written by Auguste Comte in 1851. Human religion, which was in 1857, and he wrote many books on September 5th to 1857 at the age of 59. Up to the age of 59, he was keep on writing a book. The contribution referred to books written by him. Okay children, here in the sociologist you may get the question like this, who was a father of a sociology, or mention any two contribution of Auguste Comte. Like that sociologist contribution they will be asked. So it will carry one more question. Okay children, nothing more than that it will be asked, and that you have to, when you are reading a textbook, you have to underline. So here I am only stressing the important points which comes in a early sociologist. Okay. Then the next one is Karl Marx. Karl Marx may be name you may be heard before in your previous year social science, because he is a communist. He was considered as a communist. Mainly he worked for the welfare of a labor. During the time of the Karl Marx, a labor of his time was suffering a lot. In Europe, the labor were treated as an animal. They had no rights, nothing. They are completely treated like a savage. In that time, he was worked and for the development of a laborer, and he was went against the government, so that whatever thoughts or whatever decision was taken by the government, he was against of that. He worked only for the development or for the sake of a laborer, so that he was considered as a communist. Okay. So the theory of the Karl Marx or the work of a Karl Marx was considered as that, and he also called as a Karl Marx is called as the founder of class struggle theory. Is it clear? Karl Marx was considered as a founder of a class struggle theory. One more question. Class struggle theory, in the sense he was in favor of a laborer who are in a trouble. So that was a class. So he was considered as a founder, because he has brought the concept that there is a class, they are suffering. For them we have to bring the liberty. So that struggle, class struggle theory. He was a founder of a class struggle theory. Then the few of the major contribution of a Karl Marx are Das Kapital, which was in 1865, the Holy Family, the German ideology in 1845, the Manifesto of Communist Party in 1848. This is very important. The Das Kapital as well as the Manifesto of Communist Party in 1848, and these are the few important contribution of a Karl Marx, and he was born on May 5th, 1818 in Germany. Okay. This is up to a Karl Marx children. Then Emile Durkheim, he is another sociologist. You may heard his name while referring to the Auguste Comte. So see, he was called as a father of the development of a sociology. As we heard, he is a supporter of Auguste Comte. Auguste Comte is a father of a sociology. Next to Auguste Comte, he was referred as father of a development of a sociology. Means whatever child brought by the Auguste Comte, it was developed by Emile Durkheim. So he was considered as father of a development of sociology. One more question, children. Okay. While reading a textbook, you have to underline all this. It will definitely carry one more question. Okay. Then the major contribution of him are the division of labor in society, which was in 1839, and the rule of sociological method in 1895, and the elementary reform of a religious life in 1912 are the few of the contribution of Emile Durkheim. Okay. Then the next one is, last one is Mark Weber. He also followed of Auguste Comte. So here we can only refer the contribution of contribution of Max Weber, that was the Protestant ethics and the spirit of capitalism in 1904, the city, the economy and the society and other. These are the very little contribution of Max Weber. Okay. Then now come to the Indian sociologist. Okay, mainly we will get interested in a Indian sociologist, because especially if we refer about Western society, we don't know much about the Western society. We don't know what was their custom, what was their tradition, and we don't know what are the social evil, isn't it? So suppose if we are referring Indian society, we are familiar with a few of the social evils such as caste system, Parda system, Sati system, child marriage, then child labor. These are the few of the social evil we can observe. So there are the few sociologists who went against these social evil and they fought for the equality of the all. So now I am referring to few of the Indian sociologists. Example you take Dayananda Saraswati, Balagangadhar Tilak, then Vivekananda. These are the few of the person, Jyotiba Phule. These are the few person during the time of independence. You may heard they are worked for the Annie Besant. She has made lot of effort for the education of a woman. Okay, these are the few person one who work for the development of our Indian society. They tried to remove the social evil which was prevailed in the Indian society. In that, prominent one we like to refer, that was Dr. B.R. Ambedkar. Yes, why? Because B.R. Ambedkar, children, we know as he was brought up in a Dalit family, Dalit in the sense backward family, he was. I need not to tell much about Ambedkar, because you know that what are the difficulties that he has faced during his childhood. Yes, he was not allowed to enter in the temple, or he was not allowed to pursue the education along with other children. So by overcoming all the problem, he was succeeded. He was the head of a drafting committee now. Right now, in the sense, when we refer or when we the concept of a constitution we refer, children, the first person one who was come to our mind, that was none other than Dr. B.R. Ambedkar. The contribution of a Indian constitution is mainly because of the Ambedkar. It was his idea, or we can say it was a child of a Ambedkar, right? Because he is the one person, one who worked for the development of our Indian constitution. It was his knowledge, his effort, or his observation we can say. So he was a great personality, one who behind in removing the caste system, because he observed, he travelled all over India during the time of independence. Then he observed in South Africa especially, has observed how the people are treated, black people are treated, and how Nelson Mandela, he went against those system and fought for the liberty of the black people. All this inspired, and especially it is not that Nelson Mandela inspired Ambedkar, okay? He has seen the time or the difficulties of the black people, and he compared their status with here in India's Dalit or the backward people condition, and he thought that I have to do something for the development for the sake of these communities. So finally he was succeeded. And how the life of Ambedkar was? He was born in Ambewadi village, which was in Maharashtra, in April 14, 1891, and when he was the age of 6, he lost his mother. Then he was brought up by his aunt, she was Mirabai. Later on, very difficultly, he has pursued his education, primary education. Then he earned his BA and MA degree. He received his PhD from the Columbia University in 1916. Then first magazine which was established or published by Ambedkar was Mokanayaka. In that he has revealed all the status of a society in the hands of a British, as well as the condition of a people in the society. Okay. Then there is major work are Annihilation of a Caste in 1936. Then Shudras in 1946. Okay. Then all his writing published in 26 volumes from the government of Karnataka in Kannada, and finally he died in December 6, 1956. So the book which was written by Ambedkar, which was in Hindi, later on it was translated to Kannada. All the books of Ambedkar was translated to Kannada in 26 volumes. So that was a remarkable one, and he died on December 6, 1956. That was up to a Dr. B.R. Ambedkar, children. Then M.N. Srinivas, he was another sociologist. His main agitation for the welfare of a student. He took part in a student movement and he worked for the development of a student. He focused on whatever problem that the students have. Okay. Then this is all about Kannadigas or the Karnataka's sociologist. Okay children, now what I am referring. Then he wrote A Remembered Village in 1976. Then the religion and societies of Kodavas of South India in 1952. So the book The Religion and the Societies of Kodava of South India, which was in 1952, which revealed the society, custom, tradition of a life of the Kodavas. Kodava means a people one who lives in Kodagu. About that he has wrote, which shows the richness of a Karnataka, especially the Madikeri of the Kodagu district. Then the full name of M.N. Srinivas was Mysuru Narasimhachar Srinivas, and he was born to Narasimhachar and Rukmini on November 16, 1916 at Mysore. Okay. Then he received MA, LLB and PhD from Bombay University. And the few of the major contributions are The Religion and Societies of Kodavas of South India, The Village, The Social Change in Modern India, which was in 1966, and Remembered Village in 1976. These are the few books of M.N. Srinivas. Okay children. So I told you already, here in this there is no much to explain about a sociologist. Their contribution, the books they have written, that we can refer it, okay, and it will come for one more question children. Repeatedly I am telling, when you are reading the textbook, please do underline this question so that it will be highlighted. When you open the textbook, it will remind you that I have to read, because it comes for 1 mark children, okay. The next one is C. Parvatamma. See, she is a sociologist, woman sociologist, and though she was born in Davanagere in June 1928 and belongs to Lokkeri village of Davanagere, and she has pursued her education, high school education even in Davanagere, and she was a BA graduate and social philosophy, and she studied BA in social philosophy at Maharaja College, Mysore. And the major contribution of C. Parvatamma was The Politics and Religion, Sociological Essay on Veerashaivism. See, sociological essay on Veerashaivism. Veerashaivism in the sense one sect of a Shaivism. Who are the Shaivism children? Shaivism in the sense one who follow only Lord Shiva. They are called as a Shaivism. And higher, more developed version of a Shaivism is called Veerashaivism. She studied, she observed all the changes, development in the Shaivism. So she wrote the book in the name of a sociological essay on Veerashaivism. What was the contribution of this Shaivism on society, or how people are influenced by the Shaivism, that and all she wrote on her book. Okay. Then next was Iravati Karve. Okay, she was her contribution was Kingship and Organization in India, Indian Society, Institution of Indian Relationship. These are the books which was written by Iravati Karve, and the last sociologist was A.R. Desai. The real full name of A.R. Desai was Akshay Ramlal Desai. Was born on 1915. He was a student of G.S. Gurve, and later he became the head of the same department. In the sense, after his guru or teacher, he has become the head of that department, sociological department. And remember that children, A.R. Desai, he was also considered as a Marxist sociologist. Marxist sociologist in the sense one who followed the sociology philosophy of Karl Marx. Okay. He was following the Marxist ideology and he was identified as a Marxist sociologist. The contribution are the sociological background of Indian nationalism. I will repeat once again. See, the sociological background of Indian nationalism and Indian rural sociology, slum and urbanization are the major work of A.R. Desai. Okay, this is up to a Indian sociologist as well as a early sociologist. Okay, children, here to this introduction to sociology lesson will be completed. Okay, I will repeat once again. In this topic, we learned that how human being was compared to social being and the origin of a sociology, nature of a sociology and contribution of a sociology with other division of a social science, how it was interdependent on each other. Then we referred sociologists like that, Western sociologists like Emile, then Vebler, Auguste Comte. These are the Western sociologists. Then Indian sociologists like Ambedkar, A.R. Desai, Parvathamma, Iravati Karve, M.N. Srinivas. These are the Indian sociologists. Okay, children. So in this lesson, I like to tell you that nature of a sociology, which will come for a 3-mark question, as well as the importance of a sociology will come for 3 or a 4-mark question, and the contribution of a sociologist means the books written by the few of the sociologists, they may ask, it will come for 1-mark question, and who was father of sociology, who was called as development of sociology, or who was called as a theory of a founder of a class struggle theory, who was considered as a founder of a class struggle theory. Okay, these such type question come for a 1-mark question. So what you have to do, you have to read the lesson. So in social, children, it is must that you have to make a habit of reading a textbook. I am repeating from the beginning because it will helpful when you comes to a 10th standard, because in not only in a 10th, in social science most of the 1-mark question are asked from the middle of the textbook. So not only the reading a language book, along with the language book you have to read the subject book, so that if you feel that that point is important, I have to underline, yes, immediately I have to underline, because it may come for a 1-mark question, children. Okay, this is up to a lesson. Read the textbook thoroughly and underline which you felt important. Okay, children, then I will meet you in the next class with another new topic, children. Till then, take care.